Hi everyone, and welcome back to Beyond Borders Teaching. If you're joining us here for the first time, welcome. My name is Selena. On this channel, we explore the international teacher experience. Not only mine, but we are building a community of international teachers who are sharing their experience, their triumphs, all the things that they may have went through, as well as sharing advice and support for future and current international teachers. And that's what you will see today on today's episode. So my first question to the fellow international teachers was, what has been your biggest success or proudest moment of becoming an international teacher here in the US? Let's hear what they have to say.
Hello, good evening. My name is Denise. I've been a teacher for over 2 decades. I won't tell you how many over the 2 decades. I'm Jamaican, and presently I am an international teacher in North Carolina, Cumberland County. Yes. One of my greatest wins, it had been my interaction with the students, because my concern coming up was cultural differences. And here is a melting pot. You have the Hispanics, you have the other Caribbean, you have it's just total international. So I was concerned about, first, my expressions, my language. I was concerned about how it is I would relate to them. While I'm in Jamaica, I would know what to say to a specific situation and the students understood, and I was concerned about that. However, I found out when I got here that all I had to do is just speak in love. All I had to do was just be honest. All I had to do was just be kind. And I just found that the students accepted me, they embraced me, they wanted to know more about my culture. As a matter of fact, they went to research about my culture, keep coming back to quiz me about my own Jamaica. So I really thought that was a beautiful thing. I accept that as
Hello, everyone. Hola, my name is Diana. I am from Guatemala, as we call it, Guate. And I am a kindergarten teacher, and I would love to share. It's hard to choose one, but I would love to share one of the proudest moments of being an ambassador teacher in the US. And I will say is to be able not just to teach my native language, which is Spanish, to my students, but to be able to see that they use the language in a spontaneous way. I will say that's priceless for me as a teacher, because I can see the results of those seeds that we plant with language, which is amazing. It's one thing. There are many, but that's one. I'm just
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I am from the Philippines. This is my fourth year teaching at J.W. Kuhn Elementary School, and I am a special education teacher. What has been my biggest success or proudest moment? I'd say when I was invited to speak for the beginning teachers of special education in the county, because in that way I was able to share everything that I've learned from my fellow Filipinos, for other international teachers. And I was also able to share some strategies and get to know people as well. So some of them have become my close friends as well. So I think that was my proudest moment.
Good afternoon. My name is Blanca Ruiz de Somocurcio. I'm a Peruvian teacher, but now I'm international teacher here in the United States. I have been teaching since I was like 19 years old. Don't tell me my age, but I have been teaching for more than 31 years. I love my job. I think it's a passion. Being a teacher is not a career, it's a passion. And that's what I'm here to be an international teacher in the United States. My proudest moment here teaching in the United States was when one of my students that was considered in a very low level of speaking and like knowledge or writing became the top student in my class. That was amazing. And all the grades in benchmarks and EOGs were so high that all the class was proud about him. I think that is the best thing, when you see that your students grow in confidence, knowledge.
Hi guys, my name is Camilla Walsh Reynolds. I have been an educator for over 27 years. I am also an international teacher going in my 4th year here in North Carolina, Fayetteville, Cumberland County to be exact. What are some of my successes? I don't think we can put a price tag on the experience being an international ambassador has brought me. I am able to be not only to equip my teaching skills, but it makes me to become a better educator overall. I am big on lifelong learning, and I think this opportunity has bring nothing but joy in terms of learning each day, the different strategies, the different curriculum that are being taught and used, as well as building those lasting relationships. So, what has been my biggest success or proudest moment since becoming an international teacher in the US? I proudly say that for the 2nd year, 1st grade that I teaches, I've made the biggest or the most growth throughout the school, and that has been my biggest success. As well as I was featured as a participate learning ambassador in my home country. And so they did an entire spread in the newspaper about my growth and also the journey I'm on as an international educator. And they also showcased my achievements and accomplishments. And that has been my biggest success
As I
so far.
reflect, so far, one of my proudest moments have been on my first teaching year. I would have received something called a growth bonus. So it would have been January. I would have been within my 2nd teaching year here in the US. The principal entered the classroom smiling rather brightly with a letter in her hand. So she was like, Miss Clark, you got the EVAS growth bonus for reading. And she handed me the letter. I proceeded to read the letter, and on it stated that I was top 25% in North Carolina for teaching reading according to the EVAS growth scores. And she was excited. She was like, "You're happy? This is amazing news." And I'm just there, surprised, shocked, overwhelmed, excited, want to cry because first and foremost, I did not know that that was something that existed. But of course, everything here is digitized, everything is computerized. So they would have plugged in the student score on this EVA system. And based on my students that year, their performance, I was rated top 25. So that was amazing. It came with a bonus. So that meant I got a lump sum of money, as well as having that recognition meant most of all to me that within my first teaching year as an international teacher, that I was able to achieve that. So that was my proudest moment so far. One out.
Hi, I'm Laura Martinez and I'm from Colombia. I've been teaching for 12 years, but this is my 3rd year teaching here in the States. My proudest moment until today has been earning this beautiful award. I am this year's Teacher of the Year. And I don't say that this is my proudest moment just because I got the recognition, because I believe this is the least important thing about this is everything that comes with this. Like everything that brought me to this is seeing all my effort and all those nights, all those days that I spent researching for ways in which I could help my students, intervention or enrichment activities actually come to growth, and seeing all that growth in my students that I know was what gave me this award. So up until now, that has been my proudest moment because I feel like I did it. I set a goal at the beginning of the school year because I said at the beginning of the school year that I was working towards this and I achieved it. So I'm very proud of myself.
My second question was with regards to advice. I asked, what are some advice you would give to fellow international teachers who are looking forward to thriving and finding their groove here teaching in the US classroom?
What I would say to a teacher who is thinking about the possibility of coming, but you're worried about sometimes our language, sometimes we think that, oh, the students that are here, the truth is you're a teacher. You love children, you know how to teach, the support is here, the you have support. Well, I can speak for my school because we have fair support if with teachers and administrators, and the interactions among teachers makes it even makes it manageable. So if it is you're thinking that I'm not certain, give it a chance. You will learn and you will grow, and you will find yourself doing things that you didn't think you would do. On a personal level, you find yourself jumping out of planes when you didn't even think that you would do something like that. But if the opportunity presents itself, I would advise you to take it, because you can only grow stronger and better if you get a chance. Take it. I did, and I'm not sorry.
My advice for the future teachers coming, I would say be ready in every way. Come here with your mind very open to change. Don't be afraid. And if you are, it's okay. You can still make it. I made it. And be prepared with your documents. It may sound crazy, but you never know when you will need them. So bring extra copies of things that you think, oh, I don't need them. You will need them here from university, or little things like that. Make sure you bring with you extra things. It's always be prepared in advance. And if you are already trying to come, that tells me that your mind is open, so that's awesome. And when you arrive, it's gonna be another reality, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna change your life in many ways. That's what I can say.
All right. So my advice for everyone is for us to be flexible, because we don't know what to expect really. We have sets of expectations, but sometimes they are not met. So us being flexible allows us to adjust not just ourselves, but ourselves in a community, so that they are able to help us and we can help ourselves too.
My advice for any international teacher coming to the United States is to teach with passion and knowledge together. With these two elements or complement, we will make our students love and be engaged with our teaching. We have to put together expertise. We have to combine expertise with caring. With that, I guarantee that that will be a success.
What advice would I give to a new international teacher? Okay, so I have been given the opportunity to become an advisor for the second year. And so to this year, I have 2 advisees. And to all the international ambassadors, especially those from my home country, Jamaica, and those across the world, I would say to you, it does get easier. The first year is normally the most challenging. Think about that you're coming to a new country, you're learning new goals, new traditions, new cultures. You're also, getting yourself situated at the same time, and so it is very challenging, especially if you have traveled with families. And so I would say to you that one, it will become easier. It gets easier. All right. Continue to learn as much as you can. Do not be afraid to ask those questions. Here in the US, they use a lot of acronyms, the BOYs, the MOYs, the EOYs. Make sure that you are familiar with these acronyms and their meanings. And of course, check those emails. Every morning, make sure you check your emails so you are aware of what is happening, as well as maintaining and meeting those deadlines.
My advice for my fellow international teachers, whoever is thinking about coming here to do this, is to be ready to be flexible. There is a lot that you have to be able to take, and a lot that you're going to have to be able to just go with it. Also, to please prioritize your mental health and your personal time. At the beginning, we want to do so good that we just want to put all of our effort and all of our time in this job. And yes, it's important to give it our all, and it's important to try to do our best. But if you do not put your mental health first, you're going to burn out quickly, and then you're going to want to give up in the middle of the school year. So I always say, organize your schedule in the way that you can do stuff at school and take the least possible home. When you go home, try to be home, if it's with your spouse or with your kids or by yourself, but have that time for yourself to be home with you and enjoy watching TV, reading books, cooking, being with your friends, and not thinking about school. Because when you just make this job everything in your life, you will notice that it's not even the middle of the school year and you're already ready for summer. So please surround yourself with people that allow you to have that um, time to just do other things that's completely different from this job.
My advice to fellow international teachers who are looking to thrive and find their groove here in the US would be, first step, follow this channel. Seriously though, on this channel you will find many videos that will help you thrive within the US classroom, that will give you tips, give you tricks, give you my own personal experience as well as fellow colleagues and fellow international teachers, how to navigate, find your footing here in the US classroom. So please tune into them. I am sure you will find something beneficial. I would say for me though, one of the things I think really helped me as an international teacher within my first year was finding the correct support system or the right support system. As they say, iron sharpens iron. And I think finding my tribe, my friends who have become like family, has really helped me solidify myself as well as being able to go through the difficult parts, the rough parts, believe in myself, push myself to be able to stay here and continue teaching within the US, as well as having a wonderful school that makes me feel supported, loved, and appreciated. Administration's members has really helped me to continue to thrive here in the US. So I wish that for you as well, to find your community, find your tribe, find your groups that will keep you supported, motivated to thrive here in the US. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us here at Beyond Borders Teaching. Without you, this channel wouldn't be possible. Thank you for all your shares. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for passing along the video to your friends, to fellow teachers. It is greatly appreciated. Please help me by liking, subscribing, and continuing to share so that this valuable content may reach those who really needs to hear it and get that support. I also want to say a special thank you so much to all my fellow colleagues, all my friends, everyone that helped out in contributing valuable information within this video today. Thanks again to everyone. I hope you join us next time for the next episode, and that today you would have found something interesting and able to take home something beneficial from today's content. Please like, follow, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment below as to maybe something else you would like to share with international teachers. Thanks again for joining us here at Beyond Borders Teaching. Have a great week, everyone.